Hi, it's Megan. I am getting through my Armani Eyes to Kill solo eyeshadows, and now I'm doing two of the greens. I'm not sure this is set up right. I'm doing two of the greens. So I bought these for my birthday in July, and then I just didn't get through the review. So for this one, I've already done the eye makeup on one eye, and I'm going to do it on camera on the other eye after I talk about the colors. So we've got two greens. We've got number 17, which is Green Viper, and then Khaki, which is number 6. So if you just go to the Giorgio Armani site, they only have the numbers. They don't actually have the names. But when you get them in the mail, like this, well, I get them in the mail. Not everybody does. Some people actually buy things in stores. They have the name on it. So it comes like this. These are $32 for 0.53 ounces of the mattes and 0.053 ounces for the mattes and 0.061 ounces for the shimmers. So there are three different types. There are mattes, vivids, and satins, and I felt like one of the mattes I got, which was like a brownish, purplish color, was had a little bit of shimmer in it. But this matte is a true matte. Overall, in general, and I'm going to put links to the other video reviews I've done on these. I'm not going to kind of repeat every point over and over again. These are amazing. They're super pigmented. These are one of those shadows I can wear without a primer. I always prefer a primer. But these are so pigmented. They're super finely milled. It's not as finely milled as they're not the most finely milled, but they're super finely milled. They blend beautifully. They apply beautifully. They last about 8 to 10 hours on me, longer with a primer. And I just think they are stunning, amazing eyeshadows. There were a few I like less than the others, but overall I was just blown away by them. The quality, they're just beautiful. They're buttery. They're so pretty. So I haven't seen a review. I try to look online to see kind of what other people have said about things before I do a review, just to see if I'm totally crazy. I haven't really seen one for number 6, the Khaki. So this is it. I'm not going to show the mirror. It's got a cute little mirror. It's got a little brush, which I don't use, and then it's got the eyeshadow in a crescent. And so this is, again, super pigmented. And I'll swatch it. That's just one swipe, right? I didn't even press that hard. And so this is definitely a khaki, that olive green kind of thing. And I see a little bit of brown in it, but like a cool charcoaly brown, if that makes sense. And I also have outdoor swatches, but this is a true matte. And if I swatch it even darker, it's just, you see how it's just a really smooth, beautiful, perfect application. And I did this under the eye most of the way, and I'll explain in a minute. I line the eye and then I put it in the crease. I love this kind of color as a crease color. For me, and I think for a lot of eye colors, it's just softer and more flattering. I love greens, by the way. They're like one of my favorites. I didn't wear them until maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, and I found that they are just so universally flattering for a lot of people. If you got hazel eyes, they bring out the green. Obviously, it depends on the shade of green. Blue eyes, they always look amazing. Brown eyes, they always look amazing. Green eyes, they always look amazing. It's one of my favorites. And this particular khaki I think is more useful than most because it's going to open up your eyes, it's going to brighten it, it's not as harsh as a black, and it's kind of not as boring as just a brown. So I love this shade. It's one of my favorites from the collection, and I really like the collection. The next one is Green Viper number 17, and I know this one's like, ooh, that's bright, and yes, it is. This is one of the shimmery ones, and it's like got a little bit of a yellow thing going on. It's like a lime green, right? It's got some yellow shimmer and undertone, but it's definitely a lime with a yellow thing going on. But when you apply it, so I'm going to apply it twice. So first there you see how bright it is, but then if you wipe it away a little bit and blend it, it's a super useful shade. So how would I use this? First I'll show you what I did, then I'm going to tell you what I would do, and then I'll show you how I actually did the look. So this right here is on the lid, and then I put it a little bit in the inner eye lining, like that. And then just one thing I want to note, 2 things I want to note. First of all, I picked up this Makeup Forever number 0, which is a white matte. It looks to me like it's matte. It could be a satin, but it looks matte to me. And I love this with colors. Anytime you're using blues, greens, even purples, any color basically. I just find white is really useful to have. I put it right up here, and then I also use it to kind of get gradations in the shade, blending it in. And when the shade's like too colorful or I just need to soften it, the whites do a great job. And then also I'm trying out the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer, and I think I've done it in a couple videos. I've been wearing it for about 3 weeks. Haven't used it in all videos, but I think it actually makes a huge difference. So if anyone sees anything different with my skin from videos, let's say post 3 weeks ago, like I said, I haven't used it on all the videos the past couple weeks, let me know. So anyway, this is this color, and let me show you what I did, or what I would do. What I would do, I would take a soft smoky eye brush like this, and I would blend it as an under eye liner. I love shades like this with grays or browns. Anytime you mix in a green with a gray or a brown, you're getting kind of an eye brightening, eye popping thing, but it's not as obvious as when you use something like a blue, which is more eye-catching, right? It doesn't appear the same way as green does everywhere in nature. It's just a harsher thing. And then I also like to put it in the crease like this. Putting a soft green like this in the inner corner of the eye is amazing. It totally opens up your eyes. And then just also gradiating with blues, browns. You can even do it with purple if you want a wild look. There are some brands that do mixes like that. But that's how I use these greens, just to kind of really brighten up and open up the eye. So I'm going to do this. This is a really soft brush. Actually, I want my mirror. I try to do these on camera and it's always such a disaster. So I put it on, and it does have a fair amount of sparkle shimmer. I put it on the lid like this, and you can see how pigmented it is, and that's fine by me. Now I like more precise application, so I'm going to use a harder brush, and then I'm going to do that in the inner, just kind of make sure that I've covered the whole eyelid. And then I'm going to start, this isn't going to be perfect, like I said, I still haven't mastered on camera, and then I'm going to start lining like this. And I want it to go about 1/3 of the way down. I'm going to take my white, and anytime I over apply something like this, I can always take the white and fix it. Take the white, and anyone who doesn't want to watch this part, right, you've seen the review basically, you can end. Then I'm going to put this right in here, and I love how soft, like I said, this might be a matte, it might be a satin, it's just such a soft white, it's really pretty. And then I used it a little bit to lighten the green in here and open up my eye a little bit. And then I took the Khaki and I did both wet and dry with this. And that's the one great thing about these shadows, is that they do work beautifully wet and dry, and you don't wreck the texture, or at least I haven't been able to wreck the texture when you use them. So I don't know. Someone commented to me once that I don't need to use my fingers, that I can find brushes that will do this for me. But I kind of like using my fingers to soften. I feel like I get more control. So I just put this in a crease, and then I lined, and this is that harder eyeshadow brush. Line all the way, like 2/3 of the way, almost 2/3 of the way. And then I also put it just in the outer corner here, and this is not going to be perfect, but it does match the other side. And then, I don't like it in the corner here. This is where it's always the hardest for me to get it perfect, but we're just going to skip it a little bit. I think it's because I have watery eyes, so I tend to like water out there. Then this is already pre-moistened. We're going to pre-moisten it a little bit more. And then what I did is I dotted right into the eyelash. I don't want a harsh line. I just want right into the eyelash. A very, very soft line. You can get a really hard line with this, but I like using just this tiny little brush that I can dot right into the lash. And then I take it out here too on the lower lash line, about a quarter of a way in so that I get a slightly harder line here. Now I look at it and I think it needs a little bit more blending. Some people use brushes and that works, but I'm going to use my finger. And then I took at the very end, I took this and I just brightened in the center the green, and that's the look that I have with the eye. See, they match. Amazing. Anyway, I love these. I think they're best purchased at a friend and family sale because they're kind of pricey. Any feedback, thoughts? I have one more video of these to come and then I'm done with them for a while, but I would love to hear your feedback. Please subscribe. And then also I have a new book, a terrorist novel called Escape, which is fun. If you like terrorist novels, please get it on Amazon. If not, it's not. Anyway, thanks very much. And like I said, also if you have comments, if my skin looks better with this Tarte primer, I would love to hear it. Thanks.